Hey guys, this video I want to talk about something I was thinking about as I was trying to conjure up a topic to discuss for this video. And so I was thinking about my day at work, and my job is something that is like a very specialized niche. It's not something that is necessarily my strong suit. So I'm pretty much, you know, wet behind the ears as far as that's concerned. So every day there's a challenge to overcome and to push through, and every day there is a potential formulation of apprehension and fear and this sort of thing that I can either let pass or I can rise above and reconceptualize. But I wanted to, so the topic's pretty much going to be that, in each and every one of our days, though we may not be cognizant of it because of various distractions or because of, failure to recognize due to any variety of reasons, not least of which is, um, occupying the plane of low consciousness and that sort of thing. But each and every day, there are multiple opportunities and that present themselves to us, waiting for us to prick up our ears and recognize them, to self-actualize and to grow in certain areas and to rise above these perceived fears and challenges and things. So usually they don't have to be big, and the smaller they are, the more that we assign to them a label of, this is very insignificant, this is mundane, this isn't really something that I need to devote my attention to, because in my mind it's not significant, it's very small. I'd rather focus on the big things. But big things are a compilation of the smaller things that you fail to recognize and fail to perceive as the opportunities they are and fail to pounce on. So how can you reconcile the bigger things when you don't even do that with the seemingly smaller things? So, and examples like something that I'm not that well versed in at my job, like a certain aspect of the trade, and I know that if I ask, I might be perceived as, a fool, or if I just go through and do it without asking, I might make a mistake that's going to be worse than, humbling myself and voluntarily confronting the potential for embarrassment, or, making a mistake, or being perceived as less than. But again, these are this is the things that we ascribe to these stimuli. They're neutral in and of themselves, but the way that we reconcile them is a good indicator of where we're at, and the false consciousness that is occupying a bigger portion of our spirit than would otherwise be prudent. But so these are little things that, it's oftentimes a lot easier to just push them away and just neglect to even entertain or engage with them, so that we don't have to feel that potential discomfort that is predicated upon the way and the meaning that we've ascribed to these scenarios and things. But when we do that, we're robbing ourselves of the opportunity to grow, to take these phantom fears and these irrational mental, these irrational perceptions that we've ascribed to certain things, and strip them of, the heavy layer of illusion that is surrounding them, and to reconceptualize them, so that we push past these things, and then we're beholden to fewer and fewer unrighteous preconceptions and narratives that we've allowed to permeate into our subconscious and direct our thoughts and actions and our realities and this sort of thing. So every time that we ignore them, every time that we choose to be comfortable and not lean into the discomfort, lean into the perceived fears or dangers or opportunities for others to perceive us in a less than ideal way, we're robbing ourselves of, the opportunity to rise in our consciousness, to manifest our ultimate selves, to strengthen our character and strengthen our minds and strengthen just our whole being by, knocking down one domino after another of the things that we've allowed to inhibit us, that we've allowed to hold us back, that we've allowed to dominate for so long our mind and spirit and dictate our thoughts, actions, and our realities. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about in this video. But open yourself up to noticing and paying attention to these things that you might at first glance think are insignificant, but there's tremendous opportunity wrapped up in there for you to extract growth and change and purpose and virtue and all of these things. So they might be small, and they might be small enough for you to miss, but if you really attune your vision and you listen and you look and you observe, they're all around each and every one of us every single day. So don't think that there has to be this grandiose flaming hoops that you have to jump through and moving mountains and all these sorts of things in order to self-actualize and elevate your vibration and this sort of thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be that way, but we can very easily become enchanted and then adopt, this mentality and align ourselves with this illusory paradigm and this sort of thing. So keep an eye out for the small moments, these little opportunities, these little things that pick at you and scratch at you, and know that there's tremendous opportunity in there. So, and I was thinking about this because, as I said, I experienced many of these throughout my day because of, the meaning that I've ascribed to these sorts of things. And so they present themselves to me as opportunities because I've attached low vibration to them and perceive them as things that I should be afraid of or things that should give me trepidation and this sort of thing. But we all have these sorts of things, and you'd be hard-pressed to go through a whole day and not find something that you can use as a springboard for self-actualization and this sort of thing. So keep that in mind. If you could like this video, leave any of your comments, suggestions, questions, anything you might want my perspective on or some advice on that you might be struggling with, feel free to do that. Check out my other channel, Ray Rivera. I do music and art. Check out my other videos on this channel, subscribe to this channel, that would be much appreciated. And know that, as the title of this channel is, it never was about you. Any suffering, trials, tribulations that you may be going through, they're absolutely necessary and are not to be avoided or shunned or have negative connotations and reconciliations attached to them, because they're to be viewed as tremendous blessings and that which will allow us to facilitate our ultimate selves, to temper us, to strengthen us, to prove us, and to allow us to facilitate the ultimate purpose that God has for us, and to be to know that it's not about you, it's about who you are to become, so that you can positively and profoundly impact others. So keep that in mind as well, and thanks for watching.